Hello, folks. Welcome to the Canadian Athletic Club Arena. We got an exhibition game against the Canadian Athletic Club and St. Albert Raiders. Teams just heading to their benches. We'll get going shortly. So both teams have gone through a series of cuts now. Still trying to figure it out. Regular season doesn't start till the end of September here. All right. Oh, here we go. We are off to center ice. And the puck's dropped, comes back to number 4. Pudgy puts it down the right side for CSE, intercepted by St. Albert. Raiders put it into the Canadian zone. Puck cycled behind the net. It's going to go at the far side, chipped into the middle, picked up by number 11 of the Canadians, stopped at center by number 12. Raiders not letting past center. Canadians dumping towards the blue line of the Raiders' zone. Raiders coming up the left side. Number 12 up the left wing. High shot goes wide off the far boards. Number 12 tracks it down, sends it out to the neutral zone. Here's 6, backs over to 12, coming up the left side again, looking for that centering pass. Pulls it inside. There's a shot. Misses on the near side. Hits the boards, goes up the far side. Canadians clear it out to center. Turned around at the neutral zone. Number 3 moves it back up the left side to number 12 again. He's hit inside the Canadian zone. Puck comes loose. Chip past 12. It's going to end up in the far corner of the Canadian zone. Chasing that up. Number 3, Gilbertson, trying to move it around the near side. Ends up in the near corner. St. Albert in there trying to dig it out. They have control in the Canadian zone. Trying to move it off the boards. Canadians keeping them to the outside. Canadians get a hold of the puck. They send it around the far side. Kept in by the Raiders right in front of the Canadians bench. Bit of board play here, trying to move it up. And dumped back behind the Canadians' net. Number 4 for the Canadians puts it up the near side. Chipped in, the Raiders keep the zone again. Coming back to help as number 17 moves to the right side. Couldn't get the shot off. That's knocked down. Here it comes back over to the near side. Rolls around the corner. Canadians pick that up. Number 9, Blues gets that up, sends it to the far side to number 18, Zahara. Zahara check the line, drop pass, and they're going to call it off on the offside with 18:06 left in the first period. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. It's the first exhibition game, kind of a preseason game while we're teams still trying to find their rosters. Face-off won by the Raiders. They dump it down the right side into the Canadian zone. Picked up by number 2, the Canadians defense around the boards. Flip back behind, pick it up again. Number 2, Crumley for the Canadians. He puts it off the board, stopped at center by number 5, dumped back far side into the Canadian zone. Gilbertson moves it up the near side, chipped up, and here comes number 18, rushing in the zone. Zahara tries to go low on the goaltender. Number 31 for the goaltender, or for the Raiders, going to hang on to that one. We'll get a stop with 17:36 left in the first period. No score on the board. We'll have the face-off near side in the Raiders zone. Canadians win the face-off in the offensive zone. They go D to D. There's a shot from the left point. Handled nicely by the Raiders goaltender. Raiders win the face-off in their own zone. They start behind their own net. Number 2 to 16, chipped out to center. Picked up by number 21 for the Raiders. Coming into the Canadian zone. Centering shot or pass broken up by the Canadians. Got back into the high slot. Number 21 hits a stick, goes over the goaltender off the glass. 14 for the Canadians. Chips it up the boards. Finished off by 16. Turned around in the neutral zone by number 6 of the Raiders. Picks it up the near side. Hustling back for it is number 7, Soko for the Canadians. Moves it to the far side. Eagle picks it up. He reverses it back behind the Canadians net. First on the scene, number 13 for the Raiders. He's trying to dig it into the slot. That's broken up by the Canadians. Comes out to the blue line. Held in by number 23. Chops to 6. Here's 3 with a shot from the point. And it's tipped in. It goes past the Canadians goaltender and into the back of the net. Looks like it went underneath the blocker, and the Raiders open up the scoring with 16:40 left in the first period. Puck's dropped. Put into the Canadian zone. St. Albert rushes on. Here's a good save by the Canadians goaltender who. Puck's moved around the boards to the far side in the Canadian zone. Number 8 roughed off the puck. St. Albert coming in the near side. Here's number 12. That's put into the boards by Haji. He moves it to the far side, looking for Malloy. Malloy swinging from Propoduct out. He comes across right side shot. Puts it off the end boards, picked up by St. Albert. Kept in the far side by number 5, Ulrich. Sent down into the St. Albert zone. Comes out to the blue line. Ulrich keeps it in again, flips it to the open side. That's picked up by the Raiders, number 13, and flipped out to center. Waiting for it, it's number 12, coming in the right side, trying to dig it down low, thrown down low. Bad save by the Canadians goaltender. Net comes off, and we're going to get the stop with 15:37 left in the first period. Good rush down the right side. St. Albert player forward on the right wing. Trying to angle towards the goaltender. Just didn't have enough room to make the move. Net comes off and will reset. Far side in the Canadian zone. Raiders take that and they shoot right from the point, but that's knocked down before getting to the Canadians' goal netminder. St. Albert takes the puck, dumps it back into the Canadian zone, goes to the far side. Here comes number 22, high slash shot, that misses on the near side. He picks up his own rebound off the boards, recycles it back to the line. That's knocked down by number 99, the Canadians. Clues gets it over to the left side to number 10, Force. And the puck's turned over in the St. Albert zone. Raiders, number 8, comes away with the puck. Up to 22, centering pass, that's knocked down. Raiders go back to their own zone to reset. Here's number 8. Puts the puck to the near side. Too far for number 22. That's going to go over the end line. And we'll have an icing call with 14:44 left in the first period. We're going to redo that face-off. Good.
Yeah, good.
Puck won by St. Albert. They couldn't get out the far side. Canadians trying to dig it down, thrown out in the slot. That's picked up by 8 of the Raiders. He goes across the ice looking for 17. Picks it up the board, sends it down. That's chopped down by number 6, Eagle of the Canadians. Canadians put that into the St. Albert zone. And the Raiders come out to the near side. 22 trying to get around 7. But Soko steers him wide of the net. Comes into the slot. There's a low shot. At number 15 with the quick snap. Puts that behind the Canadiens goaltender. And the Raiders jump out to a 2-0 lead. Puck coming from below the goal line, quickly out, and waiting for that was number 15 of the Raiders. Snap shot, and it quickly gets behind the Canadiens goaltender. Raiders are out 2-0 with 14:09 left in the first period. Canadiens win that face-off. They dump the puck into the Raiders zone. Raiders collect it, try to go out the far side. That's held in by Eagle. Nope, by Ulrich, pardon me. Canadiens have it in the near corner. Reinhardt tries to put that back to the line. That's chipped up by number 9 of the Raiders. Coming in the right side. There's a high shot. Blocker save. Comes off the glass. Raiders collected in the neutral zone. 2 goes to the right side to 6. 6 couldn't get it past number 19. Out to help is 18. He flips that back into the near side. Number 2 picks it up for the Raiders up to 11. He has trouble handling Reinhardt quickly on the scene for the Canadiens. And then the Raiders gather it again, put up the near boards. Paggi trying to move it up the far side, flipped out into the neutral zone, collected by number 11 of the Raiders. Raiders, left winger 11, coming in, tries to toe drag, blocker save, and the rebound picked up behind the net by the Raiders. 11 trying to dig it back out, thrown on the left side to 9, block shot, clearing away is number 16, Yamanek of the Canadiens. And Thurbolson dumps it behind the Raiders' net. Raiders, from behind the net, quickly move it up the near side. Puck turned over in the Canadian zone. They move it out to center. Trying to rush onto it is Kopia. But he can't get to it. And that shot by number 8 just missed on the right side. Recycled back to the blue line. There's the shot by number 3 of the Canadiens. Gilbertson knocked down in the slot by the Raiders. Raiders coming up the near side. 16 rubbed off the puck. Gilbertson gets a hold of it, puts it behind the net, looking for Crumley. Crumley gets it up to number 8 Canadiens. Touch pass to the center, and that's turned around. Raiders picking it back up. Coming to left wing, drop pass to number 21. 17 picks that up for the Canadiens, and he's down the ice. Centering pass knocked down by the Canadiens. Puck goes to the far side in the Raiders zone. Recycled to the left point. Walking it down, number 2 for the Canadiens. There's a high shot. Deflected into the rafters. Big shot from the point by number 2, Crumley. And I think it was Malloy trying to put it in the right side. Nope, it was 17. Lister hits a stick, ends up hitting the rafters, and play stops. 12:01 left in the first period. Face off far side in this Raiders zone. Canadiens win that face-off, comes back to the point. Eagle takes a look, throws it into the slot. That's tipped out by the Raiders. 13 goes to the right side to 23. He's trying to come in the right side. Eagle rubs him, but he continues with the puck. Turned over behind the net. Coming away with it is number 9, Blues. He's bumped off the puck at center, but following it up was Forrest, who dumps that into the Raiders zone. Thrown out in front from number 20, but Forrest couldn't tap it home. He was checked on the play. Puck comes over to the near boards. Forrest tries to throw that in front. Comes over to Blues. There's a shot. Just missing it. Number 20 for the Canadian. Number 6 tries to take a rip. Eagle. That tips to the far boards. Raiders pick it up. And the bodies are starting to fly. Eagle picks it up behind the Canadiens' net. Turned over to number 12. Puck comes loose. Number 23 picks it up. Goes into the near corner. Throws it out to the point. Number 6, slap shot. That hits Eagle. Ends up in the far boards. Number 12, down low. Moves it up to 15 to the Raiders. Recycles it to the point. 6 over to 2 on the near side. There's a shot. Screened in. And it just comes over the shoulder of the Canadiens goaltender. And the Raiders score 3 unanswered in the first period. Latest one coming, 10:40 left, making it a 3-0 game in the first period. Face off at center, won by the Canadians, but in their own zone, the Raiders control the puck. They're coming out the near side. Back check from number 17 of the Canadians. Loosens the puck up, but it's dumped into the near side of the Canadian zone. Number 17 for the Raiders tries to put that in the slot, comes out to the point forward, takes a shot, steered aside by who? 17 in front for the Raiders. Comes back to the point. 4 keeps that in the zone. Hits a skate. Goes wide over to the near side. 22 picks it up for the Raiders. Trying to dump it back to 17. Not quite there. Now it comes back to 17. Rolls to the far side. Coming out. Dumps it behind the net. Too far for 22 to pick up. And the Canadians put it out to the neutral zone. Turned around. Here's number 8. Going on the left side. Malloy takes a shot. And that ends up in the spectator netting. And we get the stop with 19:36 left in the first period. Face off, far side in the Raiders zone. It's kicked out to the neutral zone. Hustling back for it is Crumley. He's attacked in his own zone. Raiders get a stick on it, pick it off the boards on the near side. Ends up behind the Canadians' goal. Moved out to the far side. 18 for the Raiders. Keeps it in the zone, putting off the far boards. Rolls around to the near side. Puck picked up by 11 of the Raiders. Canadians, Gilbertson picks up the puck beyond his own net. Moves it to the open corner, back on the near side. Crumley flips that out to the neutral zone. Rushing onto it is Takar. And he's bumped. Puck goes loose in the corner. Raiders pick it up. Centering past 18. Here he comes across. He's going to take the right wing stance. Stops, turns, looking to move the puck. He's hit. Zahara gets it up to number 12. Number 12 is Sutherland. Trying to dangle in, but he's hit. Good back check by the Raiders, and the Raiders coming out the near side. Number 6 crosses center, goes right down Main Street. Eagle there. Good save by who, and the Canadians trying to break out of their own zone. Stopped at the blue line. Quick shot on to the Canadians goaltender, and that is stopped. Puck play continues. Here's number 7 for the Canadians. Puts up the far side. That pass intercepted by 7 right in front from 60. And a big shot, and Hugh makes a great big save there. Raiders pick up the rebound, keep the puck in the zone. High shot, just off the glove of Hugh, and moves over to the near side. Thrown out in front, number 21 gets the shot, and Hugh gets a cross, closing the door on that. And a great save by the goaltender there, stopping play with 7:48 left in this first period. Face off far side in the Canadian zone. Canadians have it. Ulrich puts it up the boards. Put it in the zone by Plews. Over to number 10, Forrest. Rips it just wide. Comes off the far boards. Raiders pick it up, dump it into the far corner. Moved around behind the net. Number 3 up to 12. Comes up cross center up the near side. Put in hard into the boards by Haji. And the puck continues into the near corner. 23. Controlling the puck. He tried putting it right across center. Forrest picks it up, trying to make it towards the net. Couldn't get the shot off. Good back check by the Raiders defense there. Raiders centering pass, chopped down by number 17. Lister of the Canadians. Cross-ice pass intercepted by 12, left for 23 of the Raiders. Tried to connect back with 12. That hops over his stick, comes off the boards, directed back towards the net, and then knocked down. Prokopiev turns the puck over at center, and the Raiders coming back up with it again. They lose the handle. Loose puck comes into the new corner. Gilbertson, his pass intercepted by 15. Big hit in the Canadian zone. Canadians end up with the puck, trying to go to the far side. Arms up with the ref, and we have an icing call with 6:15 left in the first period. It's 3-0 for the Raiders, and we'll have the face-off down in the Canadian zone. Face off, far side in the Canadian zone. Puck behind the Canadian set, moved to the far side, held in by number 5 of the Raiders. Chipped over to the near side. Here's number 3 with it. Big hit on the play. Prokopiev picks up the puck, gets it up to the U12. 17 Lister. Into the Raiders zone. The Raiders move it up the ice. Big contact at center. And heading to the box. Number 6, Carson Eagle. Taking a 2-minute penalty for tripping. And the Raiders will be on the power play with 5:37 left in the first period. Raiders with the puck in the Canadian zone. Number 6 dances the line, takes a high shot, and hangs on to that puck for the Canadians. And we'll have a face-off with 5:28 left in the first period. Roster? I can't hear you. Oh, yeah, I have a roster. Yeah. Doesn't have the numbers, though. Here we go. Puck into the Raiders zone. Put up the near side. Off the boards. Cleared down to the far corner in the Raiders zone. Here's number 3 coming out the near side. Cross-ice pass to number 17. 17 comes across center, coming up the left wing. He's taking a look, looking for a pass. Carries it into the near corner. Out to the point. Here's number 3. He keeps it in the blue line, down to 17 up the left side. 17 cross-ice pass. That's tipped by the Canadians D. Comes off the far boards. Thrown out in the middle. Chipped. Number 3 with the shot. That is blocked on the near side by Haji. Sent down to the ice with 4:12 left in the first period. 30 seconds left in the Raiders power play. They're going to try and come up the near side. 11 chips the puck up to himself. Tries to make the inside move. Taken away by Gilbertson. 18 ends up with the puck. Back to the point to number 3. Up the near boards to 18. Trying to walk it down. Here's 11 with it. Thrown out into the slot. That hits a Canadian stick. And putting that out to the neutral zone. Number 11, Prokopiev. Number 9 with it for the Raiders. Trying to drive it up the left side. Looking for the passing lane. He's going to hold on to it. Goes into that far corner. Tracked down by the Canadians. Puck's turned around. Thrown up the boards. Held in by number 5 at the line. Stick saves. Puck steered to the near boards by the Canadians goaltender. Canadians trying to put it up the far side. Up to number 9. Knocked down, but he comes up with the puck and starts skating out of the zone. Throws it off the boards, trying to get it back to himself. Picks it back up. Now it's taken away by number 8 of the Raiders. Puck into that far corner. 18 coming over to the near side. Up to 11. 11 takes a look. prevented the exit by Sample. Goes to the far side. Number 5, cross-size pass too far. Forrest forward. Comes over the line, and we'll have an icy call with 2:53 left in the first period. A little bit of extra after the whistle. We'll take this puck, and we'll have a face-off. Near side, far side in the Raiders zone. Raiders up, 3-0 late in the first period. Face-off won by the Raiders. Number 9 drives it out. Passes to his left to number 11. He picks it up, trying to get it around. Number 7, Soko of the Canadians. Turn around in the corner. Whoops. Chipped out to center. Number 6 for the Raiders picks it up, throws it up the boards. That's intercepted by number 6, Eagle. Eagle gets the puck back up to Forrest. Forrest puts it up the right side. Goes to Chase. Raiders there first. Number 6 picks up the puck over to 7. 7 off the boards. Picked up in the neutral zone by Sample. It flips it back into the Raiders zone. Raiders, number 6, comes over to the near side to number 2. Tries to touch it up to number 21. That's intercepted by Forrest. Forrest couldn't hang on to the puck. Bounces into the neutral zone. Picked up by number 16. He moves over to the right side of the ice. Tries to center that up to number 7. That's knocked down by Aji. And the Raiders pick the puck up in the neutral zone. Up to 16. Tried to touch it up to 7. Too far for him. 21 takes over. 16 hops into the Canadian zone, going up the right side. Centering pass through the zone, over to the near boards. Tipped in front. Here come the Canadians on the rush. Malloy takes going to the left side. He tried to put that in front for Prokopiak. Comes off the near boards, and the Raiders trying to come out of that corner with it. Prokopiak sitting in front of the net, looking for the pass from Malloy. He puts it around the net to the far side. Raiders pick it up in the far boards. Coming from the neutral zone. 12 into the Canadian zone. Watched by Haji. Arm of the ref goes up as Khalil Haji takes down number 12. He'll end up in the box 2 minutes for tripping. So we'll put the Raiders back on the power play with 1:16 left in the first period. Canadians win that face-off. They dump the puck back into the Raiders zone. Number 5 for the Raiders. Picking it up. Centering pass. That's kicked down by Yamano. Raiders going to start again. Reverse it over to the near side. Number 8 with the puck for the Raiders. Cross-ice pass over to 23. He moves up the middle. He's caught at center. Gilbertson loses his glove and his stick, but the puck dumped back into the Raiders zone. Raiders, number 8. That pass intercepted by Thorvaldsen. 18 there, trying to chase it up for the Canadians. Sticking that puck against the corner. In for help is 5 and 8 of the Raiders. That's knocked down on the far side. And Thorvaldsen gets the puck back to number 2. That's Crubley, who dumps the puck back into the Raiders zone. They got 12 seconds to move it up the ice. Crubley chops it all down at the neutral zone again and dumps it back into the Raiders zone. 6 seconds to go in the period. They move it up the far side, up to number 12, coming into the zone, and couldn't get the shot off before the buzzer. And the first period will end with the St. Albert Raiders up 3-0 on the Canadian Athletic Club. We'll take a break here, folks, and we'll see you back after the Zamboni does its work.
The way that things have been, oh. Second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea, oh. The master of my sea, oh. I was broken from a young age, taking my soul into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the. Send a prayer to the ones up above. All the hate that you've heard has turned your spirit to a dove. Oh, oh, your spirit up above. Oh, oh. I was choking in the crowd, building my
Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Canadian Athletic Club Arena. St. Albert Raiders broke out to a first period 3-0 lead. Canadians unable to answer yet. Looks like these teams are ready. And so we'll switch over and welcome to the second period in this exhibition game. Raiders hit that puck into the Canadian zone. Number 22 moves it off the wall up the near side. Here's number 3 up to 22 up the near side. So here's number 50. He moves it quickly over to 4. 4. There's a shot. Big save by you. Raiders in control. They're coming out of the near corner. Here's 22. Back to the point to number 4. Number 4 is Tim Hogan. Comes out to the neutral zone. Three goes back to zone to set it up for the Raiders. That's taken away by Procopia. He turns, fires it, and it ends up in the Spectre netting over the goalie and through the uprights. 19:18 left in the second period. 2 seconds left in the penalty to Haji. Face off just outside of the Raider zone. Raiders win it. Coming out of the box is the Canadians defender. Canadians back to full strength. Puck turned around in the neutral zone. Put up the near side. There's the arm up of the official. Interference, or holding, being called on number 5 of the Raiders. And the Canadians will have their first power play of the game with 19:02 left in the second period. Face off near side in the Raider zone. Canadians win that. Raiders try to jump on it right away. Kept in by the Canadians, number 10. Back to 4. Here's Haji. Rush out of the box. He rolls the puck behind the Raiders net. Skips past 2. Low shot. Stick goes flying. Directed by Procopia. Back to the line. Here's Gilbertson. Right side over to number 8, Malloy. Malloy tries to send that down, though. That's knocked down. Raiders going to pick it up and send it down the ice. Hugh sets it up for Gilbertson. Gilbertson turns it around behind his own net. He's going to go at the far side. 1:25 left in the Canadians' power play as the puck comes up to Haji. Haji crosses over, goes to the far side to Procopia. Procopia trying to drive it. Puck comes off his stick, just chipped and turned around. Raiders trying to pick it up. Kept in by the Canadians. Skipped past. Haji at the left point. He's going to slide it down low. Looking far side to Malloy. Up to Gilbertson. His stick was checked. Arm up of the official. Hugh is quickly to the bench. They got an extra attacker on. Skips past the Canadian player on the near side. Touched by number 4 of the Raiders. And it will be a 5-on-3 power play for the next 49 seconds. Penalty called on the Raiders. Looks like a head contact penalty with 17:52 left in the second period. Face-off will be in the far side in the Raiders zone. Good chance here for the Canadians to get on the board if they can find the back of the net on this power play. They'll have 49 seconds, a 5-on-3 man advantage or 2-man advantage. But the Raiders have been doing a fantastic job peeling off the first part of this penalty. Puck skips past, held on the far boards by number 20, Sample. He's checked and the puck is sent down the ice. Hugh sets it up. Coming back to play it is Crumley. Crumley's going to skate it out. Passes it up to the near side to number 17, Lister. Up to number 9, Clues. He's going to hang on there. He's taking a look. Cross-ice pass. Tried to get the shot off, but held was number 12, Sutherland. Fed back into the slot, but number 12 of the Raiders takes that, throws that out to the neutral zone. Canadians get it back. Crumley starting it off for the Canadians. Only 5 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. As the Canadians going up the far side, centering pass, skips past. Here's Blues with it. Taking a look. Trying to jam it in. Back check. Number 23 breaks up that play. Canadians keep possession though. Put up the far boards. Number 20. Sample. Cross ice pass. Blues. Louis tried to feed that in front. That was knocked down by number 3 of the Raiders. And the puck comes out to the neutral zone. On the forecheck, number 12 beats Crumley to the puck. Spins around. In possession below the Canadians' goal line. He flips that out to center to number 2 of the Raiders. Bumped off the puck by Forrest. Forrest picks it up off the boards. Low shot, big save. Raiders goaltender. Puck comes loose. Number 23 has it in the far corner. He puts it off the near boards, uses the glass to get it out, and sends it down into the Canadian zone. 14 seconds left in the Canadians' man advantage as they move the puck out to the neutral zone. Number 8, the Canadians lost the handle. Number 13 makes the pace, sending the puck back into their zone. Penalty for the Raiders is over. Canadians couldn't score with the 2-man advantage. Here's the Raiders, sends it back to the point. Up to the far side, number 21 with it. Trying to come into that slot. He's poked off the puck. Raiders get the possession back in the offensive zone. Quick shot by number 21, and the Canadians goaltender knocks that down. Puck moved over to the near boards, flipped up high, coming up the near side. Here's Forrest with it again, trying to chop it inside to Malloy, but that was knocked down by number 4 of the Raiders. Forrest with it. Haji couldn't quite hold it in the blue line. He resets in the neutral zone, sends it up the far side, looking for number 20, a Sample. He picks up the puck behind the Raiders net. Coming out, number 11, Prokopiev takes a shot. That's knocked down. Number 23 clears it away for the Raiders. Comes out to the neutral zone, flips it down. Haji knocks it down in his own blue line, but kicked in by the Raiders 16. Sample sets up the puck, goes far side over to number 5, Ulrich. He's knocked on or bumped on the boards. Puck reversed behind the Canadians net. Moved over to the near side. Sample centering pass. Here come the Canadians. Number 16 hits a shot off the glove and into out of play. Canadians on the rush, take a shot. And a big glove save by the Raiders goaltender, number 31, who knocks the puck out of play. And we'll reset far side in the Raiders zone with 14:27 left in the second period. Raiders win the puck in their own zone. Comes back to the line, but on the near side, Ulrich keeps that in. Uses the boards, put it to the far side. Put back to the right point. There's a shot from Soko. That's knocked down by the Raiders goaltender. Raiders try to flip it out, but it comes out of play. We'll have a face-off down low in the Raiders zone. Play stops with 14:05 left in the second period. Puck drop. Raiders kicking it back to the blue line. There's a shot by Soko. And it's tipped into the neutral zone. Ulrich flips that off the boards. Raiders pick it up in their own zone. Number 5 trying to come up the near side. Thorvaldson knocks that down. Comes out to the neutral zone, jammed back in. Raiders, number 8 goes to far side. Here's number 12 rushing down the left side. Holds the puck, tries the wraparound. That's kicked away by you. Back to the right point. Number 5 takes a shot, tipped on by 13. And the Canadiens goaltender hangs on to that. Great tracking of the puck. He'll hang on to the puck with 13:31 left in the second period. Face-off will be on the near side in the Canadian zone. Number 6 picks it up. Force the Raiders. He tries to take it into the corner. Interacts with Eagle, but puck moved out to the neutral zone. Here's the Raiders trying to put up. Eagle knocks that down. Tips that forward, looking for Zahara. Raiders back check, takes that away. Number 13 trying to move it up in the near side. Zahara puts him into the boards. Still battling for it here. Eagle trying to pull it out. But number 6 of the Raiders pulls it out instead. He puts it up the near boards. Number 23, centering pass to 13. He's going to rush into the zone, coming up the left side. Drop pass for 12. 12 lining it up. There's a shot knocked down by number 8, Malloy. Flipped over to the near side. Raiders, number 13, coming into the Canadian zone up the right wing. Tries to cut inside. Eagle on him. Big shot. That's blocked. Picked up by number 12, Sutherland. Big battle in the near corner. We'll have a whistle. I didn't see a signal on there, so we'll just have a face-off far side in the Canadian zone. Looks like the net came off. We'll reset here with 12:16 left in the second period. Canadians win the face-off their own zone, quickly challenged by the Raiders. Raiders keep it in on the far side. Canadians follow it up. Here's Gilbertson, coming the near side to Crumley. Crumley puts that around the boards, looking for Forrest on the far side. Raiders bump him off the puck. Prokopiev knocks that down, but for the Raiders picks it up. He outlets it to number 11. Quickly up to number 2. That play slowed up by Gilbertson, but 18 follows it up. Here he comes up the left side. Number 18, quick shot. Big save by you. Shot goes wide, picked up on the near side by the Canadians, put against the boards. Raiders trying to dig it out. Coming away with it, number 9 for the Raiders. Finds some space. Puts it back to the point to number 5. Takes a shot, knocked down by Forrest. Prokopiev off the boards, up to Forrest. Forrest with some space. Takes a look, picks the far side, and misses the post. Raiders picking it back up. Here's 11. Back check by Prokopiev. And the puck is turned around by the Canadians. Number 11 comes back to Forrest. Forrest up the left side. Low shot kicked away by the Raiders goaltender. And comes off the far boards. Off the boards, up to number 21. Coming down, cuts right. And the Raiders, number 21, couldn't get the shot off. Stick in the way by Ulrich. Ulrich comes up to Prokopiev. He turns the puck over at center, up to number 16. He couldn't keep possession. Sample turns around, takes a look, couldn't get it past the neutral zone. 21 knocks that down. Soko knocks back to the neutral zone. 21 back into the zone. Puck goes far side into the Canadian zone. Number 7 wheels around to the near side. Backhand thrown in the slot. 16 couldn't find it in his wheelhouse. Tipped back into the Canadian zone. And Carr puts that down into the Raiders' side of the ice. Raiders setting up behind their own net. Number 21, near side to number 7. That's cut off by Ulrich. 21 takes the puck back. 2-on-1, back the other way. 21 with a shot. And it rises on him and misses the left post. kept in at the left side by number 8. It's going to wheel around to the near corner. Number 7 flips that behind the net to 16 for the Raiders. Up the near side, Sample seals the puck. He takes the hit and moves it up to Takar. Over to number 16 of the Canadians, Yamanek, who dumps that into the Raiders zone. Number 6 for the Raiders sets it up, tries to put it up the far side. His pass goes sideways. Wheeled in by Eagle, who gets it up to Haji. Haji is going to rush that into the zone, flips that to the open corner, tries to go retrieve it. In to help is number 17, Lister. Haji knocked down hard, and the Canadians fans didn't like that one. Puck cupped in the zone, comes up the near side, and the Raiders' number 6 is going to fire that off the glass and take an icing call in the process. Play stops with 9:03 left in the second period. We'll reset with that face-off on the near side. Malloy taking it for the Canadian. Tips back to the line. Haji with a hard shot. Goalie saw enough of it, knocks it down. And the backhand follow up by number 12 just goes wide to the right side. That was Craig Sutherland. Couldn't quite put it in for the Canadians. Here's the Raiders. Puts it off the boards. Down into the Canadian zone. Eagle back to set it up for his team. He's challenged by the forecheck of the Raiders. 17 moves that around the far side. 15 goes out in front, comes out to the near side. Goalie change occurred, I guess, with that icing call. Looks like Bauer Black is in for the Canadians now. Haji stops that in his own zone, throws that out to the neutral zone. Comes back to the near side. He tried to put it to the near side of Malloy, and that's just a little too far. Canadians taking an icing call with 8:15 left in the second period. Face off, far side in the Canadian zone. Canadians win it. Eagle moving over to the near side. He slips it back to the far side to Haji. Haji picks it off the board, skates it out to center, and dumps it into the Raiders zone. Raiders, number 5, stops behind his own net, sets it up, goes to the far side to 13. His centering pass taken away by Eagle. 23 gets past him. Here's 23, low shot, Bauer block with the save. And Haji, no, that was Eagle who had the second block. 12 with it for the Raiders, trying to come over to the near side. He feeds that to left point, number 9 with the shot. Save by Black. 13 for the Raiders. Angle off the puck by Eagle. He moves it over to Malloy. Here's Malloy putting on the Jets, coming through center, flips it into the zone. Malloy with the puck comes in, throws it and misses it. Puck rises up on him, just missing that top right corner. Canadians keep it in. Gilbert feeds that over to the near side to Crumley. His shot knocked down in the high slot, and the Raiders get that out to the neutral zone. Gilbert with it, dumps that back to the Raiders' side of the ice. Here's number 8 for the St. Albert Raiders, setting it up in his own zone. He reverses, goes back to the far side. 13 couldn't get a hold onto it, bounces out to the neutral zone. Crumley back for the Canadians. Under 7 minutes to go in the second period as the Canadians tried coming up the near side. Raiders flip that back to the Canadian zone. Here's Gilbertson. Flipped out to the neutral zone, and the Raiders, number 6, collects that, skates backwards into his own zone to reset, finding some room. Tried to go up the near side to 18. Past him, it's tipped into the Canadian zone, so icing's waved off. 18 follows that up. He's rubbed off the puck by Crumley. Gilbertson up to Forrest. Forrest gets past center, dumps that in. That's trapped behind the net by number 31, their goaltender. Puts that in the near corner. Forrest gets a hold of it. He's going to put it to the far side. Right side, Soko. Soko's taking a look over to Prokopiev. He's challenged, low shot, stick saved by the goaltender. Get out in front, Forrest with a shot. And the goaltender got enough of that, sending it to the far corner. Prokopiev keeps that in the zone, flips it to the open ice. 23 for the Raiders, tries to move that out. Coming in, the Canadians, number 15, right side. Prokopiev, hard shot, and the net comes off. The Raiders' net comes off. We'll blow that whistle And play will stop with 5:51 left in the second period. Linesman in there separating the two teams. Into the box, number 11, Madden Prokopiak, and that will be the only penalty called. Looks like a roughing penalty called with 5:51 left in the second period. We'll put the St. Albert Raiders on the power play. Face off far side in the Canadian zone. Raiders win it. They send it back to the point. That was intercepted by number 16, Yamanuk, who dumps that into the Raiders zone. Raiders 3 comes near side to number 4. He's going to wheel it out to the neutral zone. 11 steps into that pass. Comes in right side, right quick. Black with the save. Cleared away by Ulrich. All the way down, right on to the Raiders goaltender. He sets it up for his defenseman. Number 3, up the near side, looking for 11. 11 has a bunch of space. 11 coming in. Misses the far post. Comes off the boards. Kept in the far side by number 18 of the Raiders. Good stick there by Zahara to chop that into the neutral zone, and the Raiders have to come out and reset. Puck comes over to number 4, back to his defense partner, number 3, centered up to number 9. He couldn't hang on to it. Onto the stick of the Canadians. Ulrich, he dumps that into the Raiders zone. Thorvaldson on the forecheck. They move the puck over to the near. Raiders move the puck up to the near corner, just past him. Zahara stops that and fires a bouncing puck onto the Raiders goaltender. He handles that, and Ulrich steals the puck back in the offensive zone. Over to Zahara, back to the point. Thorvaldson feeding the back, look for Zahara. That play broken up by number 4 of the Raiders. Sent up to number 18. He's going to come up the left wing. 35 seconds left in the Raiders power play with a shot on net. Steered aside, comes into the near corner. Raiders trying to move that back to the point. Thorvaldson got a hold of that. Raiders get it back. Reset behind the Canadian set. Back to the point. Left point, right point. Number 5 takes a shot into the glove of Black. And he'll hang on with 4:11 left in the second period. When we drop the puck again, the Raiders will have 19 seconds left in their man advantage. Face off, near side in the Canadian zone. Raiders win that face-off, send it back to the point. Reinhardt chips it forward. Reinhardt carries that into the zone, caught from behind by number 8 of the Raiders. Raiders, 5 seconds left in their man advantage as they come out. Right side to number 21. Centering pass goes all the way across number 16, chipped, and that's kicked away by number 4, Haji. Sent all the way down the ice. Quickly onto it was number 12 of the Canadians. Raiders come back and get the puck back in their own zone. Number 8 moves it over the near side to number 5. Number 5 with a bit of space. Chips up the boards to number 21. 21 comes in the right side, watched by Eagle. He got a stick on it, followed up by number 7 of the Raiders. Dropped to number 21. He runs into Eagle. Eagle got the better of that, and the puck comes loose. Malloy takes a chip, but gets the puck out. Here's Malloy coming up the right side. Oh, good block of the pass there. Or number Lister was heading to the net. Canadians pick up the puck on their side of ice. Eagle going up the right side. He spins around, throws it up to the right point, kept in by Crumley, intercepted by 15 of the Raiders coming across center. Malloy got a stick on that. Following up was the Raiders' number 6. Coming into the zone, stays on side, was number 21. High shot from number 6. Comes off the boards. Crumley for the Canadians gets the puck in his own right corner. Challenged by number 22, tries to move it out. Number 4 picks it up for the Raiders. There's the shot. Black with the save. Malloy takes that puck, flips it out to the neutral zone. Raiders, number 3, sets it back up. Tipped over. Here's Malloy. Low shot. Couldn't beat the goaltender off the left pad. And the Raiders goaltender cracks it and hangs on with 2:17 left in the second period. Face off, far side in the Raiders zone. Chipped off the corner. Raiders number 3 over to number 4 up the near side. He throws it up the near boards. 23 picks it up. That's held in by Forrest. Chipped over to the near side. The Hare trying to battle it out. That makes it over to 9 of the Canadians. Throw it out in front, but the Raiders intercept that. Coming out the left side, number 12. Coming around the left wing. Number 12 reaching for the net to 23, and he couldn't tap it in. Back door. Raiders keep control in the Canadian zone. 12 recycles. There's a high shot. Blocker save into the spectator netting. And Black closes the door on that one. We get a stop with 1:45 left in the second period. We'll have a face-off far side in the Canadian zone. Raiders buzzing around in the offensive zone, cycling around behind the net, coming back to the point, and using the extra space to find a path to net. Canadians win the face-off in their own zone. Gilbertson puts over the near side, looking for Takar. He's checked off the puck, tipped behind the net. Crumley engages with 12. Crumley ends up with the puck. Who has it? Crumley to number 20. Sample. Sample goes cross ice, looking for Gilbertson. Gilbertson back to Sample. Sample couldn't make the move over. He wanted to hit number 15 Takar on that. Puck comes back to Gilbertson. He dumps that onto the Raiders netminder. Throw it out in the slot, and 13 of the Raiders picks up the puck. Right side to number 23 of the Raiders. Comes up to Sample. Sample couldn't get around number 5 of the Raiders. Number 15 for the Canadians chops the puck down behind the net. Near side. There's a shot by Sample. Hard on to the goaltender. Raiders goaltender gets the best of that one, and their defense clears it away. Comes out to center with it. Number 12 coming up the left side. That's stopped by Soko. Raiders keep it into the Canadian zone. Shot goes wide behind the net. Ulrich is going to pick it up. He's challenged up the near boards. Sample helps out and flips it into the neutral zone. Number 2 for the Raiders comes back to pick it up with 30 seconds left in the period. Pass around Ulrich off the boards. Number 2 coming in right side, right into Black. Black makes the save. Rebound for number 23 picked up. Black makes another save, puts it over to the near side. Reinhardt throws that out to the neutral zone into the skates of number 2. He flips that over to the near side for the Raiders. 23 picks it up with 8 seconds left, crosses into the offensive zone, thrown into the slot, broken up by the Canadians. 3 seconds left. Here comes number 17 for the Canadians. Can't get it in. And that will end the period. No goal scored in the second period. So we'll head to the locker rooms. How we ended the first. So it's 3-0 for the St. Albert Raiders. And we'll take a break and wait for the third period. All right, players coming back to the ice. We'll get going pretty soon here. Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Canadian Athletic Club. St. Albert Raiders are visiting the Canadian Athletic Club, and the Raiders are up 3-0 as we get to start this third period in this first exhibition game of the year. All 3 goals of the Raiders were scored in the first period. We had a clean second period. And now we're ready to battle in the third. Canadian centerman tossed off the faceoff. Replaced by Blues. He wins the faceoff, gets it back to Gilbertson, over to Crumley up the left side. Crumley tips that into the offensive zone. Raiders number 8 gets back there first. Takes it out of the corner. Circles around. Coming up the right side of the ice. He loses the puck at center. Crumley chips that forward. Forrest jumps on it. Forrest makes the inside move. Here comes Forrest. Couldn't get the backhand to go. Glove save by the Raiders goaltender. Big crash on the boards after. Play stops. 19:35 left in the third period. We'll have a face-off. Right side, near side in the Raiders zone. Raiders come away with the puck off the face-off. Number 2 reverses, comes over to the near side up to 11. 11 centering, cross-ice pass to number 9. 9 comes in to the right side in the Canadian zone, loses the puck to Crumley. Procopia puts that up to Forrest. Forrest up to Blues. Couldn't handle it, center, tipped back into the Canadian zone. Crumley is down behind the play as Procopia picks up the puck. Takes a sharp angle shot, hits the behind side of the net, and the Raiders pick it up and clear it out of the zone. Crumley manages to get back to his bench, replaced on the play by Eagle. Eagle has his defensive partner Haji with them. Canadians try and chip that into the St. Albert zone. Raiders stop that, and we're going to reset it in the neutral zone. Eagle on the far side. He dumps that down low. It's going to come off the boards over to the right side. Sutherland picks it up, tips it back into the corner. Gets it over to Malloy. Malloy tried to return it back to Sutherland, but that was intercepted by the Raiders. Puck comes all the way back to Eagle, holding the left point. Over down to Sahara. Down low for Sutherland. Sutherland tried to put that in front. Puck back to him. Comes over to Malloy. Malloy circles behind the net. Tries to feed that into Sahara. Chopped off a stick. Back to the point to Eagle. Eagle shot. Hits number 15 and comes back to the Canadian zone. Haji picks it up over to Eagle. Eagle stops, takes a big hit from 17, loose puck, ends up to the left side of the Canadians' net. Haji goes to try and pin it against the boards. Looking for help, knocked down by 17 of the Raiders. 22 flips it out. Here's number 15, puts that back to the left point. Number 3 couldn't hold on to it. He's going to have to go back to his own side of the ice to pick it up. Chased down by number 17 Lister. Thrown out in front, but nobody was there for the Canadians. Malloy just couldn't get the stick there fast enough. Raiders on the far side. Number 3 sets it up for number 4. Comes over to the near side, centering pass. That's quickly picked up by the Canadians, and Malloy's shot just goes wide. Lister tried to feed that out in front. It's in the slot. Torkelson, his shot blocked. And the Raiders are going to send that down the ice. We'll get an icing call with 17:09 left in the third period. Canadians searching for their first goal of the game. It's 3-0 for the Raiders as we get set on the near side in the Raiders zone after that icing call. Raiders come over with the puck. Number 22 comes up to center. That's stopped by Sogo. Raiders find it again. Here comes number 15 up the left side into the Canadian zone. Centering pass. That's broken up by Ulrich. Ulrich up the boards. Looking for Palouse. Too far for him. Picked up by the Raiders, number 8. He resets to number 5 on the far side. Touch pass by 17 to 15, who dumps it in the right side into the Canadian zone. 22 picks it up for the Raiders. Comes over to the near corner. Centering pass looking for 13. That's broken up by the Canadians. Forrest tries to throw that forward to Prokopiuk. Gets tipped over to the far corner. Centering pass by Prokopiuk. Knocked away by number 8 of the Raiders. Held in the left side by Crumley. Back on the ice after the heavy hit. Thrown over to the right side. Gilbertson feeds that behind the net where the Raiders pick it up on the far side. Number 23 for the St. Albert Raiders. Coming in the right wing of the Canadian zone. Watched by Crumley. Crumley engages him. Thrown up to the near side. Knocked down by number 16 Yamanik. Prokopiuk throws it back to the far side. Crumley looking back for Prokopiuk. That's intercepted by number 12. Comes up the near side. And the Raiders, number 12, is going to retreat back to his own zone to reset. He feeds it behind the net to number 6. Pulls it out of the corner up to 23. Too far for him. All the way down the ice. And an icing call made with 15:40 left in the third period. We'll get the face-off far side in the Raiders zone. Puck's dropped. Raiders coming away with it. 6 goes behind his own net to set it up for his team. He wheels around to the near side. Off the boards and up to number 12. Coming in the left wing into the Canadian zone. Stopped by Haji. They engage in the boards. Yamanuк kicks to the far side. Looking for 15. Yamanuck's example, puts it to the far side. Raiders 12 puts that into the middle. Raiders 23 behind the Canadians net. Looking for that centering pass to open up. Does not. Sample takes him into the boards. Gets it up to number 16, Yamanuck. Stopped at the line by number 2. He takes a shot from the left point. Hits a stick and ends up in the rafters. Face-off will come near side into the Canadian zone with 14:57 left in the third period. Canadians win that puck. Ulrich stops it behind his own net, tries to move it to the near side, looking for Lister. He puts that up the boards, looking for Prokopiuk. That's locked down. The Raiders keep it in the Canadian zone. Ulrich stops number 16 from going towards the net. 12 puts that out. 21 puts that out in front. Hits a stick, goes to the far boards. Number 4 tries to hold the line, spin it around, and the Canadians get that out to the neutral zone, but the Raiders, number 4, takes that away before center and dumps that back far side into the Canadian zone. Puck rolls over to the near side. 21 picks it up for the Raiders. Tries to feed it down for 16. That's stopped by Ulrich. He puts his man into the boards. 21 tries to come out. Picked away. 21 with the puck. Comes over to the slot. High slot. Number 7 couldn't hold on to it. Ulrich there first. He tips that out to the neutral zone. Comes off his stick to number 3. Number 3's pass to the near side. And it bobbles around but comes onto the stick of number 21 for the Raiders. Ulrich on the back check ends up with the loose puck. Now it comes over to number 17, Lister. Lister goes up the left side, low side shot, off the pads into the slot. Cleared away to the far boards by the Raiders defense. Number 7 trying to chase it. That's stopped by Gilbertson. He feeds that back to the blue line. Raiders chip that back out. Here comes Prokopiuk. Coming down Main Street. Comes off a state gate. Prokopiuk tried to move that back to the blue line, comes out to the neutral zone, and Crumley has to reset it for his team. He's checked off the puck. Puck fed over to the near side where 11 of the Raiders picks it up. Here's number 18. Put it away. Comes out to the neutral zone. Number 5 sets it up for the Raiders. Goes far side to 9. He tries to move that over to number 11. 11 takes a shot. Whistles one wide. Hits the far corner and comes up the half boards. 9 keeps that in for the Raiders. Feeds that down low. It rolls around to the near side where 11 has it. Back to the left point to number 8. Tried to get that to number 5. He couldn't handle it. Chopped off the boards. Following it up is Malloy. Malloy tries to feed that up, looking for Sutherland. And that hits a man, and the Raiders recover. Number 9 feeds that to the open ice to number 18. Number 18 coming up the left wing. There's a shot blocked by Haji. He goes behind the puck. The net picks it up for the Canadians. Eagle up to Zahara. His pass intercepted. Eagle ends up with the puck again for the Canadians. Feeds that out to center, trying to chase it up, but 18 beats him to it for the Raiders. He sends it back to 6. 6 goes to the near side to 2. Up the boards, looking for 11. 11 comes back to retrieve it, chopped down by Forrest. And the puck goes back into the Raiders zone from 2 to 6 to 17 to 11. 11 coming down Main Street. Up against Haji. Haji makes the block. Comes off the crossbar. Black makes the save. And then it goes in. He couldn't quite find it as it hops out in front. And the Raiders score with 11:59 left in the third period, making it a 4-0 lead. Sorry. My bad. Here we go. Face off at center. Raiders come away with it. They try to put it the near side. Haji cuts that down for the Canadians. Feeds that out to the neutral zone. Number 9 Blues ends up with it. Goes to the open ice up the left side. Checked down by number 4 of the Raiders. Handed off to number 22. Held into the line by Eagle. His shot knocked down. 22 picks it up over to the right side to 15. 15 feeds 17. That hits a stick and goes wide. Haji trying to come up the right side. Couldn't get past number 3 of the Raiders. Out to the neutral zone. Prokopiev's going to feed that to the far corner and allows the Raiders to reset. Raiders put it up the near side. Number 22 coming away with it. That's cut off at center by number 16 Yamanuk. He dumps that into the Raiders zone. Number 3 for the Raiders sets it up for his team. Comes up the near side, skips over number 22's stick. But he does recover, sends it up to 17. It tips that into the Canadian zone. Ulrich back, gauges the man, flip back, and the puck's going to end up in the Raiders zone. Number 5 back in that far corner. Puts it behind his net to number 8. Number 8 coming up the far side. Carr tries to intercept that pass. They get past him. Up to the Raiders. Number 13 up the near side. Tries to make the inside move, Soko, but he got enough stick on it. Directs the puck to the near corner. Back to help out. Number 20, Sample. Quick shot on to Black, and he'll make the save off of number 13, who's rolling down from the goal line, coming up the near side. 10:28 left in the third period, and the St. Albert Raiders lead the Canadian Athletic Club 4-0. Raiders win that face-off. Number 8 keeps it in at the left point, sends it down below the net, looking for 23 in that far corner. Sample tries to put up the near side. Pass intercepted. Low shot onto Black. He directs that, and the Raiders pick up the rebound. Comes back to the point. Number 8 to the right side. Number 5, there's a shot. Wide of the mark. Comes off the end boards. Sample got a stick on it. Comes over to 13 on the far side of the Raiders. Number 5 from the point. Put out in front. That's knocked down in front. Backhand shot. And Black slides over, taking away the net. Hanging on to the puck with 9:52 left in the third period. Face off, near side in the Canadian zone. Raiders coming away with theirs. 16 tries to feed that in front. That's blocked. Quick shot. Blocked with the save. Rebound comes over to the near corner. 7 for the Raiders. Tries to jump on it. Helped out by 21. Back to the point. Number 6 with the shot. Blocker save. And it's tipped in. Black making the initial save, but number 7 finding the bouncing rebound, and it ends up in the back of the net with 9:35 left in the third period. Ready to go at center with the Raiders out in front 5-0. Raiders come over with the puck off the faceoff. 6 goes to his D partner. 2 goes back to 6 up the far side to number 7. He steps across center, puts it around the boards, trying to get around Eagle. Eagle directs him into the corner. Whoa, what a shot there. Comes out to the right point, and it's up and over Black with 9:18 left in the third period. $6-0 for the Raiders, just past the halfway mark in the third period. Face-off won by the Raiders. Number 18 coming up the near side. Trying to carry it down low. Number 9. Back to the point to number 3. Number 3 holds it. Feeds it down to the left side. That's intercepted by the Canadians. Here's Malloy. Trying to use the boards to get around the defender. He stands him up, and number 4 comes to help out. Far side, Forrest chops down. The puck goes to the far corner. Forrest comes away with the puck. He couldn't reach Haji. And number 11 ends up with it for the Raiders. Forrest on the back check takes the puck away. Here comes Forrest again. Crossed over to the left side. There's a hard shot. Off the iron, stays out, comes over to the near side. Number 11 for the Raiders trying to wheel it out to the neutral zone. And the Canadians pick it up. Malloy over to Forrest, who dumps that off the boards and into the Raiders zone. Raiders coming down the far boards. Stood up by Malloy. In to help Soko. And Sample. Number 17 picks it up behind the Canadians net for the Raiders. Tries to make a pass, but 17 puts it off a man and goes back to the boards to retrieve it. Picks it down low. Feeds it out in front. Couldn't connect with 22. Ends up between the defensemen and back into the Raiders zone. Goalie out to play it. He sends it over the near side to number 8. Met by Sample. 8 moves the puck up to 22. Chopped off his stick, but following up is number 5. 5 gets it up to 15, coming up the right wing into the Canadian zone. Looking for that cross-ice pass, and it goes through and off the near boards. 8 with it, keeps it in left point. Sending it down into the near corner. 12. Backhand shot by 22, off the mark, comes into the near corner. Reeled around to the far side, here's 15 for the Canadians, flips that out to the neutral zone. St. Albert comes back with it, 15, drops it for 22. That's stopped by Sample. Yamanik gets that up the boards, up to Car, trying to move in, couldn't make the inside move. Comes back, takes a shot, and that goes wide, just to the far corner. 22 for the Raiders, picks up the loose puck, wheels around to the near side. Prokopiev gets a hold of it, sends it back to Gilbertson. Gilbertson back to Prokopiev. Here comes man Prokopiev down Main Street. His shot hits the stick, ends up in the near corner. Thorvaldson holds on to the puck, takes a look. There's a shot on net, deflected over to the near side. Picked up again by Lister. He's going to feed that to the far side. Hanging onto it is Ulrich. Feeds that down around the boards. Looking for Lister behind the net. Thrown out. Shot from the left side. Deflected over to the near boards. Gilbertson rushes down. Puts it into the right corner. Canadians have it. Prokopiev back to Gilbertson. He has to come back to the neutral zone and reset. Over to Prokopiev. Trying to come through center. He's slowed up. Lister ends up with the puck. Oh, there's going to be as Lister is put into the open door of the Raiders bench. Lister gets right up. Little shook, gives the head a shake and skates away. We'll have the face off down low in the Raiders zone. And we'll reset with 5:31 left in the third period. Officials just having a quick conversation, figuring out where they're going to put the face-off. It's going to be down low far side in the St. Albert zone. Canadians win it. There's a shot by Ulrich at the point. Blocker save. Comes off the glass. Up the right side. Number 12, Sutherland, tries to feed that back to the point. Here's Sutherland trying to dance it. Keeps in the zone. Number 2 intercepts that for the Raiders. Puts it up the near side. Gilbertson pinches in. They move the puck around him and up the near boards. Here's number 23 rushing towards the net. Low shot on Ulrich. Black with the save. Puck comes loose. Ref loses sight of it. And the whistle goes with 5:04 left in the third period. St. Albert Raiders putting 3 up in the third period to take a 6-0 lead with about 5 minutes to go in the game. Face off near side in the Canadian zone. Malloy wins that. Back to Gilbertson. Gilbertson around the boards, intercepted by number 7 of the Raiders. He spins off a check, looking to put that out in front. Quick shot by 21. That's deflected over the net. Stays in play. Near side. Number 12 Sutherland puts that into the neutral zone. Raiders pick that up on their side of the ice. Stopped in line by Ulrich. Number 7 keeps on trucking though. Gilbertson gets the second attack. He puts them towards the boards. 21 for the Raiders. Throws that out in front. That's cleared back behind the goal line to the far side. 21 recycles it to the right point. Here's forward with the shot. Tipped on net. Black tracks that and covers it up as it's right in front of him. Whistle goes with 4:28 left in the third period. Both teams making some line changes. We'll have the face-off far side in the Canadian zone. Canadians win that face-off. Flipped up. Here's a chance. Right side circle. Oh, hard shot by Plews. And the goaltender got enough of that to direct that into the glass. The spectator netting. And getting a stop with 4:18 left in the third period. Face off near side in the Raiders zone. Little chippiness behind the linesman. Turns around, gives a talk, now drops the puck. Canadians win it. Eagle fires that into the ankle of number 11, but it stays in the zone. Number 5, where are the Raiders? Moves around the far side to number 9. Trying to set it up. Forrest keeps it in the zone. Centering pass. Picked up by number 11. Makes the outside move. Coming up the right side. Challenged by Eagle. Got a good stick on that. Sends 11 and the puck to the far corner. Put in front by number 9. Looking for 18. That's broken up in Crumley. Sends that up to Forrest. Forrest dips that into the open side. Goes in. Picks it up behind the Raiders net. Stick check by number 5. And the puck is reversed to the far side. Prokopiev holds the blue line. Now he just flips it down low for Forrest. Forrest with it on the near side with 3:30 left in the third period. Put on net by Haji and deflected wide. Raiders reset. Here comes 18. Right wing into the Canadian zone. Soko slows them up. Dump down into that far corner. Copia up to Takar. He takes a hit. Puck stays in the zone. Number 22 with it for the Raiders. Goes loose. Soko with it. Whistle goes. Looks like a hand pass being called with 3:03 left in the third period. Face off will be outside of the Canadian zone, right in front of their bench. Oh, I take that back. Madden Procopia took a penalty. It was not a hand pass. So the Raiders will be on the power play with 3:03 left in the second period. Face off far side in the Canadian zone. Fed back to the right point. Number 6 holds that in for the Raiders. Down to 17 on the half boards. He spins off a check. Sent down to 22. Reverses up the boards to 17. Back to the right point to 6. Over to the near side. Number 2 tried to feed that back to 15. Canadians got a stick on it. 2 for the Raiders. Picks it back up. Up to 15. Cycles it. Far side to 17 up the right wing. Fed out in front, 22 trying to drag it in. Their little shot. Bauer blocked with the save. Kicked away. Puck still loose. Raiders pick it up. 15. Hands it off to 2. Chaps it down to 22. "17 from behind the Canadian set. Wheels it around to that far corner. Sends it down to 22. He's sitting behind the goal line. Tried to go up near side. Black had that side sealed off. 12 picks up his own. 22 picks up the rebound. Sends it back to the left point. 2 feeds it outside of the zone to 6. He gathers the puck, but the whole Raiders team has to reset. 50 seconds left in the Raiders' man advantage. Puck comes into the offensive zone. And offside will be called as Thorvaldson was able to slow up the Raiders' advance. 1:49 left in the third period. 6-0 for the St. Albert Raiders. And they are on the man advantage for another 47 seconds. Raiders win the face-off. They come up the right side. Quick shot. Black makes the save. Cleared away by Ulrich. 13 takes it into the near corner. Three has the left point. Over to 12. 12 walking it down. There's a shot. Misses the far side. Comes off the boards. And all the way back into the Raiders zone. Number 4 back to retrieve it in that far corner. Watched by number 19, Thorvaldson. Raiders move the puck to the near side. 13 sends that back to 4. Tipped up by number 23 into the Canadian zone. Wheels behind the net going to the far side. 23 with it for the Raiders. Cross-ice pass. That's kicked away by Gilbertson. 23 picks up the rebound. Cycles it to the near side. Canadians players out of the box. They're back to full strength. Raiders still have possession in the Canadian zone. 12. Cycles a bit. Down to 13. Up to the near side. Here's 3 at the left point. There's a slap shot right into Black. Black holds on to that one. Doesn't give a rebound, and we have a whistle with 38 seconds left in the third period. Face off near side in the Canadian zone. Sent behind the net. Here's 16 with it for the Raiders. Puck chopped off his stick to the far side. Behind the net, Malloy tries to feed that up to Callister, sorry. He had the puck chopped off his stick. The Raiders keep possession in the Canadian zone. 15 seconds to go in the game. Eagle, far side, looking for Forrest. That's chipped into the Canadians' bench and will reset down low in the Canadian zone. 11 seconds left in this third period. Raiders win it. Comes back to the right point. 5 with the shot. Black with the save. Rebound cleared away by Eagle. Far side for Forrest. Forrest up to Malloy. Malloy takes a long shot. Picked away by the Raiders goaltender, who earns a shutout in this game. Your final score here at the Canadian Athletic Club is 6-0 for the St. Albert Raiders. Thanks for tuning in tonight, folks. It was a good start to this AAA season. We got our exhibition game out of the way. Each team will have some lessons they'll want to go over. My name is Curtis. Working the camera tonight was Larry. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you again next time. Next game for the Canadian Athletic Club will be Saturday at 4:45. Take care. Good night.